I wanted to make a video today talking about hormonal acne because, I'm human, happens to me too. The reason that I know this is hormonal is when it's happening during my cycle. I'm past my period, just about to go into ovulation. And it's on my chin, which is a really common place for us to get hormonal acne. Now, I was gonna make another video today, and at first, my first instinct was not to make a video because, oh my God, I have a zit on my chin, right? And then I thought, Abby, oh my God, just be real. This is what women deal with all the time. There's no point in pretending that I'm perfect or not human. I also deal with things too. In fact, I used to deal with really bad acne when I was younger, and one of my favorite things to do is teaching women how I cleared that up. But obviously, I'm still human. Every once in a while, a little something still happens, and that's okay, right? So what is this telling me as a licensed healthcare practitioner specialized in women's health and hormones? What is this telling me? Because I don't get these very often anymore. This is telling me that my androgens, which are my testosterone and DHEA, which are more like we think of like male hormones, we as women have them as well. I know from hormone testing myself that I tend to run a little higher in those hormones. And when they get too high, that can cause oily skin and breakouts. So if you're dealing with oily skin and breakouts, you might be like me, you might tend to have your testosterone, your androgens a little on the high side. Now, what do I do about it? Because it's not a bad thing, right? It can actually be beneficial in some ways, like it's easier to build muscle, right? You have more stamina, more libido. So it's not like a bad thing. But if you find that you're losing hair, because it can also, if it's too high, it can make your hair thin, kind of like male pattern balding. You can maybe get aggressive, or, think of a guy on steroids, right? How would he be acting, right? And you might notice you get some acne, whether on your face or on your body. What can you do about it? What do I do about it? Well, this tells me I need to support my liver, because all hormones, after we make them and they do their job, they have to get metabolized and excreted out, and through this process, they pass through the liver. The liver is basically like in charge of processing all the waste of your body, right? So the more that you can support your liver and proper excretion, the less things have to show up on your skin. When things start showing up on your skin, it's because there's a backlog or a traffic jam of toxins trying to get out of your body, right? So one thing that I use that really helps, and actually the reason this is showing up is because I've run out of it and I haven't ordered more. As you can see, this bottle's empty. This is my liver support supplement that I love. Now, there's a lot of good ones out there, but this is my favorite, Hepatotone Plus by Designs for Health. It is practitioner grade, third-party tested, therapeutically dosed. 4 capsules is actually a serving. They have really, really amazing, I really love this company. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just really happen to like them. I find myself using their products again and again because they work really well. So I usually take this religiously. It just, ran out over the holidays and haven't bothered to order more. And my skin's like, yes, Abby, it is in fact time to order more. Liver needs a little support. Now, another thing that I do specifically for me, because I know I have tested my hormones and I know that I tend to run high in testosterone and androgens, I also do saw palmetto plus. This helps block, so we have testosterone, which is good, and then what can happen is it gets converted into this like souped up, jacked up version of testosterone on steroids called DHT. That's the thing that makes you lose hair, get really aggressive, break out, right? Think of like a guy on steroids, right? This helps block that conversion, so you keep your healthy, good testosterone, and you block it from converting into too much of that like souped up version. Now, men need more DHT, right? It's more associated with maleness, but we as women, we don't want too much DHT. So I take this saw palmetto to help block that conversion. This stuff is gold. I absolutely love it. So those are things that can be really helpful if you're dealing with hormonal acne. I would obviously highly advise that you test your hormones first, like say with a Dutch test, which I do with clients all the time, just so we can see, in fact, that is your pattern. But I do see it again and again if you're suffering from hormonal acne, especially acne that's worse at certain times of the month. It probably is higher levels of androgens, high levels of DHEA and testosterone. And really what you need is liver support and to support and to block that conversion from testosterone into DHT. So these two products have been absolute gold for me. And just to give you a real life example of like why this happens and what I can do about it, and just being real, because I just think, you know, everyone's too perfect these days. I'm certainly not perfect, so you can see exactly what's going on.